Have you ever allowed your mind to wander to that painful, what if? What if my spouse goes before I do? What happens then? What happens to our home, our money, our family? What happens to me? Most people push that thought away as quickly as it comes. It feels too cold, too unloving, almost like you are betraying your spouse to imagine life without them. But deep down, you know that one of you will likely go first. And if you are the one left here, your world is going to tilt in a way you cannot fully imagine. Maybe you are watching this because it has already happened. You are on the other side of the funeral. The meals people dropped off have stopped, the phone has gone quieter, the paperwork is piled on the table, and the bed feels far too big at night. You may be crying at odd times, forgetting where you put things, feeling numb, or going through the motions with a tightness in your chest that never fully lets go. In the middle of that pain, everyone seems to have an opinion. Family telling you what you should do with the house, friends pushing you to move closer, bankers, insurance agents and companies sending letters, sometimes complete strangers, offering advice about your love life, your money, your stuff. Here is the part nobody tells you. The months after your spouse passes away are not only some of the most emotionally fragile months of your life, they are also some of the riskiest when it comes to big, life-changing decisions. Grief makes your thinking foggy, your energy low, your heart desperate for relief. And in that state, it is very easy to say yes to things you will later wish you had said no to, selling or giving away important assets too quickly, letting other people take over your choices, tying yourself to new obligations or relationships before you have had time to breathe. This video is not here to tell you how to grieve. There is no right way to miss the person you built a life with. There is no schedule, no neat line. There will be days you feel like you are doing okay, and days when a smell, a song, or a small memory brings you to your knees. What we do want to do is stand beside you as a calm voice and say, while your heart is hurting this much, there are certain large mistakes it is wise to protect yourself from, decisions that are very hard to undo later. If you are over 60, 70, or beyond, you may already be asking, if my spouse passes before I do, how do I not get pressured into choices I am not ready for? How do I avoid being taken advantage of financially? How do I balance my children's worries with my own needs? How do I keep from filling the loneliness with something that might hurt me later? How do I say no politely when my whole body is tired? You are not weak or foolish for worrying about this. In fact, being willing to think about it shows wisdom. Older doctors, financial professionals, and counselors see the same patterns over and over. Widows and widowers who moved too fast, signed too much, gave away too much, or shut down completely, all because they were trying to survive the worst pain they had ever known. They are not bad people. They are hurting people who were not warned that grief time is not good decision-making time. In this video, we are going to talk about 4 large mistakes to be very careful about after your spouse passes first. The kinds of things you may be tempted to say yes to because you are overwhelmed, scared, lonely, or trying to be easy for others, and how to gently but firmly say no, or at least not yet, while you get your feet under you. We will talk about big financial decisions, big housing and moving decisions, big relationship and remarriage decisions, and the quiet but dangerous decision to give up on your own life and hand all control to others. By the end of this video, you will have language you can actually use when someone pushes you too fast, simple ways to buy yourself time, and a clearer sense of which choices need to wait until your heart and mind have had time to catch up. You will not have every answer, but you will have some guardrails to protect you while you are walking through the darkest part of the road. And stay with me until the very end, because mistake number 3 is one that many seniors make out of pure loneliness and a good heart, but it can quietly damage both their finances and their relationships with their children in ways that are very hard to repair. Now, let us get started. Number 1, saying yes to big money moves before you can even think straight. In the first weeks and months after your spouse passes, your whole world is upside down. Your sleep is broken, Your memory is foggy, your emotions come in waves, and right in the middle of that, the financial world shows up at your door. Insurance forms, pension decisions, bank papers, investment statements, letters about beneficiaries, sometimes calls from people offering help with your money or urgent opportunities, and perhaps even pressure from well-meaning family who are scared and want everything settled. In that fog, it is incredibly easy to say yes just to make the noise stop, yes to cashing out accounts, yes to moving all the money into something new, yes to giving large sums away to children or grandchildren because you do not need it now, yes to signing whatever is put in front of you because you are too tired to read. The danger is that big money moves made in deep grief can create problems that last for the rest of your life. Cashing out at the wrong time can trigger large tax bills. Selling investments in a panic can lock in losses that might have recovered. Giving away too much can leave you short later if your health needs change. And adding names to accounts without understanding can tangle things for your heirs. In this season, one of the most protective words you can use is not yet. It is okay to pay the immediate bills, keep the lights on, buy groceries, handle what truly cannot wait. But most big, permanent decisions, closing accounts, selling assets, changing everything, can usually wait 6 months to a year. You can say to professionals and relatives, I am not making any major financial changes right now. I will revisit this later when my head is clearer. And anyone who truly has your best interest at heart will respect that. Number 2, saying yes to moving or selling your home before you know what life alone really feels like. After a spouse dies, the house can feel like both a comfort and a wound. Every chair, every mug, every corner holds memories, sometimes so sharp they take your breath away. And on top of your own feelings, you may hear, you cannot stay there, it is too big. Or, you should sell and move closer to us. Or, it will be easier if you go into a smaller place or a facility now. The pain and the pressure can combine into a powerful urge to run, to pack up, to sell quickly, to believe that a new address will ease a broken heart. Sometimes, there are real reasons to move, serious safety issues, stairs you cannot manage, costs you truly cannot afford. But often, in the first raw months, you have not yet had time to find out what living alone in that home is actually like. You only know what grief feels like inside those walls. If you sell or move too quickly, you can end up somewhere that does not fit you, too expensive, too far from your support, in a town or building that feels strange and lonely in a different way, and once the papers are signed, it is very hard to go back. A wiser approach is to promise yourself, unless this house is truly unsafe, I will not make permanent housing decisions for at least a year. Keep the option of moving on the table, but do not let anyone, including your own pain, force you into packing your whole life into boxes while you are still in shock. You can accept temporary help, a child staying with you for a while, you staying with family for a few weeks, a friend sleeping over, short-term assistance in the home, but you can still say, I am not ready to decide about selling or moving yet. Please give me time. You may find that once the sharpest grief softens a little, the home that feels unbearable right now becomes a place of grounding and continuity that you are glad you did not give up in a rush. If you are still listening, comment the number 2 below so we know you are here. And if these conversations matter to you, consider subscribing so we can keep creating calm, respectful videos for older adults and their families. Now, let us move forward. Number 3, saying yes to a new romance or big financial entanglement just to quiet the loneliness. Loneliness after losing a spouse is not a small thing. It can feel like walking around with half your body missing. The bed is too wide. The table is too quiet. There is no one to tell the small stories of the day to. In that emptiness, attention from someone new, a kind neighbor, an old acquaintance, someone you meet at church or even online, can feel like a lifeline. Finally, someone who sees you, listens to you, makes you feel less invisible, and there is nothing wrong with wanting companionship. Many widows and widowers do eventually find healthy, warm relationships again. The danger is when grief and loneliness push you to move far too fast, agreeing to marriage quickly, putting someone new on your house or bank accounts, paying their debts, changing your will in their favor, giving them access to your savings, all before your heart has had time to heal and your eyes have had time to see them clearly. These choices can damage not only your finances but also your relationships with your children and grandchildren. It is heartbreaking how many families are torn because a lonely parent tied everything they owned to someone new who turned out to be careless, controlling, or primarily interested in money. To protect yourself, separate companionship from commitment. You can date slowly, spend time with someone, share coffee and conversation, without merging bank accounts, without adding names to titles, without changing your legal documents. You can say, "I enjoy your company, but I am not making big financial or legal changes. I am still healing." Someone who truly cares about you will respect that boundary. Someone who gets offended, pressures you, or asks for secrecy is waving a red flag. It can also help to keep at least one trusted person in your life aware of what is happening, not so they control you, but so they can point out concerns you might miss through the haze of grief. Your need for warmth and kindness is human, but your future self needs you to be careful with who you hand the keys to your life to. Number 4. Saying yes to giving up on your own life and letting everyone else decide because it is easier. The quietest and perhaps most dangerous mistake is not a single decision. It is a slow surrender. After a spouse dies, especially if they were the one who drove, paid the bills, talked to doctors, or handled the paperwork, you may feel suddenly very small. You might think, "I cannot do this. I am not good with money. I am not good with decisions. I am too tired. Just tell me what to do." And there may be people, children, siblings, friends, professionals who are very willing to step in and take over. At first it may feel like a relief. They call the companies, schedule the appointments, arrange the moves, talk to the lawyers, and you simply nod and sign. You might even say, "I do not care, whatever is easiest for you," because in that moment you truly feel like your own life is less important now that your spouse is gone. Over time, though, if every yes is automatic, you can end up living in a place you did not choose, with a financial plan you do not understand, with medical decisions being made that do not reflect what you would want, not because others are cruel, but because you stopped offering your voice. Protecting yourself here does not mean refusing all help. It means staying present in your own life, even when you are tired and sad, asking to have things explained, saying, "I need time to think," saying, "I would like to hear the options," saying, "This is what I prefer if possible." You can tell your children or helpers, "I am grateful for your help, but I still want to be part of the decisions that affect me." You can bring a notebook to appointments. Ask doctors to talk to you directly. Ask for a second opinion if something does not feel right. Most importantly, you can say no to the thought that your life is over because your spouse is gone. Your life is changed deeply, but as long as you are here, your needs and wishes matter. And saying no or not yet to decisions that erase your voice is an act of courage and a way of honoring the love you shared, because very few spouses would want their death to mean the end of their partner's say in their own story. Final thoughts. We have just walked through 4 large mistakes that so many seniors are vulnerable to when a spouse passes away. First, saying yes to big money moves before you can even think straight. Saying yes to moving or selling your home before you know what life alone really feels like. Saying yes to a new romance or big financial entanglement just to quiet the loneliness. And saying yes to giving up on your own life and letting everyone else decide because it feels easier than caring. None of these choices usually come from greed or selfishness. They almost always come from pain, exhaustion, and fear. You are grieving. Everyone is looking at you, asking questions, offering advice, pushing paperwork, and your heart is begging for the hurt to stop. In that state, almost any option that promises relief can look good, even if it quietly puts your future self at risk. You might think, if I just sign this, they will stop calling. Or, if I just sell the house, I will not have to look at that empty chair. Or, if I just say yes to this relationship, I will not have to be alone. Or, if I just let the kids handle everything, I will not have to make one more decision. But the truth is, the days and months after your spouse passes are some of the worst possible times to make permanent decisions about money, housing, legal commitments, and your own voice. Your brain is foggy, your energy is low, your emotions swing, and what feels unbearable today may feel very different a year from now. The love you had, the life you built together, deserve more than decisions made in a state of shock. One of the greatest acts of wisdom you can offer yourself is to slow down. Slowing down does not mean doing nothing. It means taking care of the basics, paying the bills that must be paid, eating, sleeping as best you can, keeping the lights on, accepting appropriate help, but putting guardrails around the big things. You can decide that large money moves, selling the house, changing your will, tying your finances to someone new, and handing over all decision-making power are red light areas for now. You are allowed to say, I am not ready to decide that yet. You are allowed to say, I need more time. You are allowed to say, please write that down for me. I will look at it later with someone I trust. If you are watching this at a time when your spouse is still alive, these conversations can actually be a gift you give each other. You can sit down together and say, if you go first, I want you to promise me you will not rush to sell the house. You will not give away all the money. You will not let someone new talk you into putting their name on our accounts. You will not stop speaking up for yourself. You can even write these wishes down, not as strict rules, but as loving reminders for the one who is left behind when their heart is broken and their judgment is clouded. If you are already in the storm of loss, you may feel like it is too late, like mistakes have already been made. Maybe you have already signed something you regret, already given away more than you planned, already said yes to a move that does not feel right. Even then, it is not useless to learn this. You can still pause before the next decision. You can still ask for a review from a trusted professional. You can still say, I need to slow this down. You can still reclaim your voice and say, from this point forward, I will not be rushed. Grief may have shaken your life, but it does not have to completely take your wisdom away. Ask yourself gently, as if you were talking to a dear friend, which of these 4 mistakes am I most likely to make if my spouse passes first? Am I the type who wants to clean everything up as fast as possible, even if it means selling or signing things too soon? Am I the type who cannot stand an empty house and would move or remarry quickly just to fill the silence? Am I the type who feels bad with money and would be tempted to hand everything over to someone else without really understanding what they are doing? If so, what small promises can I make to myself now? Maybe your promise is, I will not make major financial changes for at least 6 to 12 months unless there is truly no choice. Or, I will not sell my home or move long distance until I have lived alone for a full year. Or, I will not combine finances or change my legal documents for any new relationship until my grief is calmer and my children have met this person and we have all had time to see who they really are. Or, I will accept help, but I will stay involved in my own decisions as much as I possibly can. These are not rules to trap you. They are guardrails to protect you when you are at your most vulnerable. Thank you for being willing to talk about something most people avoid, the reality of being the one who is left here when a spouse passes. It is not disloyal to prepare. It is an act of love, both for your spouse and for yourself. The person you shared your life with would likely want you to be cared for, not rushed, protected, not pressured, respected, not managed. Learning to say no, or at least not yet, to certain big decisions is one of the ways you honor that love. In the comments below, if you feel comfortable, share which of these 4 large mistakes feels most tempting or scary for you: rushing money decisions, selling or moving too fast, jumping into a new romance or financial tie, or handing over all your choices to others. And tell us one small boundary you might set to protect yourself or your spouse. Your words could be the reminder someone else needs in the hardest time of their life. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member over 60 who may someday face this path alone, or who is walking it right now. Your support helps us keep creating calm, thoughtful content to guide seniors and their families through some of life's hardest chapters with more wisdom and less regret. Thank you for watching. Be gentle with your heart, patient with your decisions, and kind to the future version of yourself who will look back and be grateful that you did not let grief make your biggest choices for you.